What's your name?
What traditions were passed down to you?
The tradition that has been passed down to me by my parents and family in my generation is that they taught me how to cook rice and cook a lot of stuff. They taught me how to do gardens, like plant seeds and water them and grow them. And I also learned from them how to participate in mornings events like Kite and pretty much that's it.
Traditions that are passed down to me is Oneng and Kite and also Hmong dance. Kite is basically you're tying something around your wrist as like one of these, but it can also have different color, red, white are the basics.
We do this tradition called Oneng, where we have a person called the shaman who sits on this long board and practices these, you could say, blessings to help a person out.
A tradition that has been passed down to me is called bandao, and it's like this decorative cloth, and it has like a lot of colors and different types of pattern, and sometimes it can also tell a story too.
So I'm not a shaman myself, but like it runs through my family. On my mom's side, my grandpa and grandma are both shamans, and then on my dad's side, my grandma's also a shaman. So because of that, I was taught like many things on what to do. I know how to fold paper boats. I know how to, like just help around, cook some meals. I know how to babysit when kids need to be out of the way. So I'm not 10K worthy, guys.
Yeah, you should definitely be over there, bro.
Traditions that were passed down with me is a lot of gardening. I do Hmong dance. My mom, she didn't really do it because she didn't have time to. Another tradition is cooking. I was taught cooking around probably 6th grade, and then I was also taught how to pluck chicken, which I'll be honest, is not my favorite. It's too messy for me.
Now that you guys have heard about each other's stories, please rearrange yourself.
Yeah, I think you should be in like over there.
Where?
You.
What's the next question? What's the next question?
I think you should be next right next to Aaron.
Yeah.
So we're gonna read.
Share your experience in speaking with your parents in their native tongue.
I don't really have that much experience actually. I just really listen to what my mom and dad says, and I listen to what they say, and sometimes I wouldn't understand, but I think growing up and learning Hmong from them, it kind of makes sense because like my mom and dad will always say like mainly like "duce," "jodadia," like all of those kind of stuff.
I'd say when I was younger, I speak more in my native language and I was more fluent. But as I grew up, I kind of lost the fluency, but I still can communicate with people who can't speak English.
I don't really speak Hmong. Like I know some stuff, and I just like when people talk to me, I'm just like every time I fall and my parents tell me to do something, but I do have a good understanding of it. And just so it can help me too, I went to summer school to help learn about it, and it did help me. Even though I don't know how to speak Hmong, I still like talk to my grandparents, like make an effort to talk to my grandparents and ask about like our culture and like our religion and everything, like our history, our family, like in the background, so that I could like learn how to communicate with them.
When I was a little kid, I used to speak a lot of Hmong, very much so. Like I would just have straight up conversations. But throughout my life, as I grown older, and they put me into elementary school and kindergarten and all that stuff, my language, it started to fade away, and I started to pick up English more rather than Hmong. So when you're learning two languages at once, it's hard to balance it, especially when you're going to school every single day of your life. So unfortunately, I lost that, but currently I am learning a lot of Hmong right now. Just like them, I also attended summer school too to help me with my fluency, and now I can understand it and keep decent conversation.
When I was younger, I didn't know and understood Hmong more than I know now, because when I grew older and going to school, learning English, it made me speak more of the native language that everybody speaks now, which was hard for me to get back into getting Hmong, even though taking summer school and taking Hmong class.
For me, communicating in Hmong when I was younger, I wasn't fluent in Hmong at all, like the others. But it's like, I would speak English, but I would also understand what they were saying. And for my parents, I would communicate with them in English. But when they talked to me in Hmong, I would understand.
Before I started elementary, I only knew like Spanish. But when I started elementary, my first year of preschool, I only had English. But the rest of the year, so 6th grade, I had both English and Spanish teachers. So I had 2 teachers. And then, so I pretty much always knew both languages. But when I started middle school, I kind of lost it a bit because I really wasn't I didn't learn no more. I kind of lost it.
So my mom said that I used to speak Hmong a lot when I was younger, but as time grew, I kind of lost the ability to understand my language. And I'm in Hmong too, and I still struggle with the tone markers and the pronunciation. And when communicating with my grandma, she doesn't speak English, so I try to use social clues to figure out what she's trying to tell me. As I started to grow up, I just stopped speaking Hmong because I surrounded myself with more people that didn't know how to speak Hmong, and I didn't surround myself with Hmong people until middle school.
As a little kid, I spoke a lot of Hmong, and my uncles and aunties would tell me that all the time. Around when I started, probably elementary, there wasn't a lot of Hmong kids. There's probably only 3 in each class I was in. So there wasn't a lot of experience, nor were there a lot of Hmong teachers. I wasn't really that engaged in my culture as well until I got into middle school, and I did find a few Hmong kids that I surrounded myself with, and it was they were pretty fun. And I wanted to get more into my culture, so I'm currently learning Hmong in high school.
Now that you have heard everybody's story, please rearrange yourself.
Guys, I'm kind of a little bit too right.
Yeah, go behind now.
Share how you seek and retain information and practices of your family and culture.
Okay, so the way that how I retain and seek, basically for me personally, I think that I'm a very curious person. I'm definitely not afraid to embrace that I'm Hmong. So with every chance I get, when I'm curious, I'll ask my family about it. I'm asking them, why do we do this, or why is it a certain way, or what's the story to it.
I would ask my parents because I'm a genuinely really curious person, but I think I also got it from in middle school when we did a project about our culture, because my middle school wanted to be more involved with the Hmong culture since there weren't a lot of Hmong students, so they wanted to promote the Hmong culture at our school. So I learned about a lot of events and how a lot of events are done, like getting married, and also learned a bunch of myths. Yeah, I've learned a lot from my mom. I mainly asked my mom about our culture and why things are done in a certain way.
Now, let's rearrange each other and see what you guys decide.
Okay.
How do you guys feel about this?
I think this is pretty good. It's pretty accurate, guys.
Okay, we're good.
Bye!